Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
Hello, everybody. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson with a quick Saturday update as we cross into the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. time frame. We have severe storms up along the cold front boundary that's moving southward across the region. These have produced some hail. I'll have photos from the scene of the crime this morning shared by you, and I got to ask for more if you have details on these storms. Now, I'll show you where these are going. We'll talk about your forecast for today. There's a lot of car shows, outdoor events, and what you need to know is we do have a risk later today of more storms forming. We'll show you that as well. And I want to invite you to my new website, hutchesweather.com, where you can always get the very latest in what's going across the region. Here is a photo. This was shared by the John and Tabitha Olson farm in the Skyme area of Skyme, Minnesota in Roseau County. Well over quarter-inch diameter hail from those cells. This happened this morning from the storms. So we'll get back to the latest on the radar right now as we head into the midday time frame. We have two active severe thunderstorm warnings. Lake of the Woods County. We do have some out here off to the east, north of Grand Rapids as well, that are pushing their way basically out of the International Falls area and heading south. Quarter-sized hail from those storms, and that is basically Koochiching County, the extreme southern corner of that, and northeastern parts of Itasca County until 11:15 for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. These storms are moving at 35 to 45 miles per hour, so keep that in mind. Now, there are more storms heading out of Canada, but it looks like this is about it. Look at the temperatures there. Cool 60s, as we talked about in your forecast, but down to the south, things are a little warmer. Mid-70s already in the FM area. We do have some storms rumbling in the Grand Forks area, North Grand Forks County, heading into northern Polk County as we head into the afternoon. So Thief River Falls, you got a couple of storms around the area, big car show there today, more across the region today. Here's a look at these storms. Let's go into the detail of the warnings first, and then we'll go into the forecast real quickly. This storm capable of half-dollar-sized hail, about what we saw in the Skyme area. Another storm moving into War Road, but this is the warned storm. 60-mile-per-hour gusts can be expected from that cell. It's moving to the south and east. The latest movement says 45 miles per hour on the last scan. So now we'll take a look at the movement of that storm, and we'll loop it for a little over the last hour, and you'll see it moving out of Roseau County. That's likely the culprit of the storm that dumped the hail in the Skyme area right as it moves off into Lake of the Woods County down to the south. So here's a look at that movement. Looks like it's locked into the movement of that cell over the last several scans. Let's take a look at the track of the storm and where it's heading. 45 to 48 miles per hour. These are some fast movers out there. It'll be near the Waskish area. That's 45 minutes away. So mainly rural parts of southern and central Lake of the Woods County is where it's going to be headed through, and into northern parts of Beltrami County. One more warning to let you know about, that's this guy out here south of International Falls. Now that system is moving southeast at 45 miles per hour right now over Highway 71 between Black Duck and Big Falls. So that's likely containing some 1-inch hail as well. Let me see if I can get the latest from the Weather Service. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds from that particular storm. Okay, so this one, as it moves out of Koochiching County right now and heads down to the south, we'll get some details on the locations that could be impacted by this storm. And again, storms are moving fairly quickly, 45 to 48 miles per hour. Wildwood, in 10 minutes, it'll be near you. Effie and Big Fork will have the storm in the location out close to or just before 11 this morning. Okay, so that's a look at what we have going on right now. Do I expect the storms north of Grand Forks to become severe? No, it's not likely. And in fact, if we loop this over the last hour or so, you can see them kind of scooting along at the same pace as these big poppers up here. No, but notice the latest scan has just come in on that Lake of the Woods County, and the hail size estimate going up. So that storm is a potent one. So these storms up north are going to flirt with severe criteria as we go through the morning hours. The risk of storms will move southward later in the day. Let's go over a quick look at your forecast. And if you have reports of severe weather in your area, I do appreciate you taking the time to upload those photos to hutchesweather.com. Thanks, Don, for watching. Appreciate you, Nathan, for watching. And let's take a quick look. Go ahead and share with your friends here this little update. This will have all of the components of the forecast. Let's get right to that right now and look at some model guidance. This model model here that we're going to take a look at. Updated every hour. We'll get to the latest one that goes out through the day so we can time this out. Has the morning activity here heading into the Arrowhead of Minnesota, and then quieter, minus a couple of rumbles in and around the Thief River, Red Lake County areas. That's Pennington and Red Lake counties, moving south into Polk County as we go through the late afternoon. Not a big deal yet, but any storms that form this afternoon down here, we're talking Lakes Country, eastern Becker, eastern Otter Tail, and points east, Wadena County, all the way out into the areas of St. Cloud. Those areas will see a chance for some stout to severe thunderstorms. This model says they will skirt in and through central Minnesota. That's where the best risk will be of severe storms. And this is late, folks. These develop as we cross the 6 p.m. hour. So dinner hour and then overnight cruising into southern Minnesota. We'll look at one other model together real quickly as we diagnose what the chances are for storms and where the chances are. Here's the morning activity fizzling out as we go through the midday hour. More storms developing here in parts of northwest or greater Minnesota into parts of South Dakota. Now, both models say the chances are lower here in the eastern Dakotas for seeing storms, but the atmosphere will be volatile, so any storms that do form could be severe. These will truck in the 10 o'clock time frame across the Interstate 94 corridor into the Twin Cities area in southern Minnesota late tonight. So a few of us will have a chance for some severe storms. Stay informed the best you can as we go through the day. Here's a look at the heat. Now, this is a cool front moving southward. This is Hutch's forecast, and this is a look at what we're expecting with regards to temperatures. This is a snapshot at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Many of us in the 70s, some 60s up near Lake of the Woods. Thunderstorm chances mainly on the Minnesota side of the river moving south. It's going to be a sizzler in Fargo if you're heading to the car show out in Thief River Falls. 69 degrees the temperature there. We'll see temperatures up in the Fergus Falls area near 90 degrees as well. And look at Hankinson. Youch. Hey, we could see a triple-digit reading here along the South Dakota border. So if you're anywhere from Gwinner on into the Sisseton Hills, Veblen, or anywhere near Britain, South Dakota, look out. The heat is on, and look at the Badlands of South Dakota will be sizzling out in that area. So that's a look at your forecast for today. Stay informed, and one place that you can do that, where do you think? All right, I've got an idea for you. I'd love to have you visit my website, and that's hutchesweather.com. If we go to it here, we'll go back to the homepage. And if Hutch is live like I am now, what you're going to see at the top of the page is this. Whoop, there's the update we're doing now. You can click on that, watch the live update. If I'm not, and if you have warnings in your area, and if you allow hutchesweather.com to track your location, it's going to provide you with the warning information you need from the National Weather Service on storms, which ones are severe and which ones aren't. My fine sponsors are here. You can sign up for emails at the top of the page as well. These are alerts of when I'm going live. I don't always send alerts out, only when it's the most urgent of situations. And take a look at the radar. Zoom into your area and show what's going on. Now, this is the interactive part. Down here, you can see my latest updates that I've done. And again, your photos right here. You can click on that, and this is where that will take you. And it's always fun to see photos that you've sent across the area, like this morning. Thank you so very, very much for taking the time to upload your photos across the area. And as we take a peek at some of the photos already updated from this morning, look at this. John and Tabitha Olson in Skyme had the quarter size hail or better out there. Again, thanks so very much for uploading that. And look at this from the day on the 31st. Look at this aerial coverage. You can see Highway 10 there in the Detroit Lakes area. Oh my goodness. What an incredible display of forked lightning that my head is smack dab in the middle of. And I want to thank my good friend Detroit Lakes Lightning Strike, and this is uploaded by DL Lightning Strike. So thank you very, very much for sharing your photo. Incredible out there as we've gone through the last couple of days. All right, thanks so very much for joining me. If storms form tonight, please just stay informed right here on hutchesweather.com. You have the latest right there. You can find it at hutchesweather.com. You can also follow me on these channels. I'll keep you updated there as well. Have a wonderful Saturday. I'll check in as needed and as time permits, but just stay weather aware as you go through the first half of your weekend today, and enjoy the heat that's on now. Will be off as we go through the remainder of the forecast period with much cooler weather heading our way.